Mike, as your club gets ready and hits, I hate to use the term reset button, is there an emphasis on structure yet again and going with that as you look forward?
Well, no, I think it's the emphasis on structure every day and being determined and being prepared. I didn't think, when I look at our Ottawa game and I look at the game in Chicago, to me, we weren't prepared enough, weren't determined enough, weren't structured enough. And so as a team, you are what you are, but you got to maximize the group and go from there.
Mike, is it tougher to keep this a safe place for players when you got the deadline and some tough results? Or how do you handle
No, I mean, I don't think so. I think we've looked after them real good.
Yeah.
That's what we talked about that today. If you play real hard and you get prepared and you stay determined, you play with structure, you play real hard, you can walk around town, you can go for breakfast, life's good, people like you, it's no problem. If you don't get prepared and you don't play with determination and you don't play with structure, it's not as much fun to be around town. So we're around town. I don't know if you noticed the schedule. We've played 23 home games and 32 on the road. We got the most home games of anybody left. Let's be good.
Have you noticed in general this season, though, that when you're around town, people are pretty receptive to what you're trying to do here?
They sure seem like that to me. No, it's interesting. I got a text from a buddy one time, a buddy in Spokane who follows us. And that doesn't matter. Anyway, he follows us all the time and he watches. And he says to me, he sends me a text one day, don't worry about the naysayers. I text him back, I didn't know there was any. What's next?
Is there a different vibe around the group without Dion? Like, do you sense anything different in the room on the ice?
Well, Dion's a good man, and he's got some energy about him, and he's on top of guys, which is a positive thing. But, I think Polly and Honey and Leo and those guys have really picked up and done their part. There's no question we traded a good player. We understand all that. We know what we did hockey-wise, but the people part of it, it'll take a little bit.
Mike, do you know yet? Will you have any of the guys that have been injured back?
No.
For third tomorrow?
No. We should. By the next game, we should have a chance.
Is there any chance Lupul might be shut down at all?
I don't. That's the great thing about being the coach. You're not the medical person, so they haven't told me that yet. Obviously, like anybody, you're doing your best to get them back, to get them healthy, to get them so they can help the team.
Comparison with Chicago, New York, and what their blue lines can do respectively to be catalysts for the offense, and what you guys have got to do to adjust to that?
Yeah, I mean, different, but and I'm not trying to take anything away from Chicago because they were great the other night and they picked us apart. But I'd like to play right and then be able to evaluate them. And ideally, we're going to play right against New York. They're well organized. They play hard. They got good players. They're going to make it hard on you. The goalie doesn't let much in. And saying all that, we've made it hard on lots of teams, lots of games this year, and there should be no reason we don't do that tomorrow.
Any sense what happened to Hunwick?
Yeah, you just give him the boot. See you guys tomorrow.
Okay, thanks, Mike.